a dining room table here, and we kind of used this as the office area for the program. This area was actually my bedroom. Would set up a table in the middle of the den to get more kids around the table to do the tutoring. I don't visit it too often. Brings back too many memories, post-Katrina.
He got kept back in the first grade, he sure did. And we thought that was the worst thing, but it was better for him.
If he had not stayed back, I think he might have been like a BC student, whereas after that retention, he was all A student. So it was a good thing.
I had been, exposed to a few life-changing events. The loss of a grandfather, the murder of an uncle. And I could remember in first grade just kind of spending a lot of time daydreaming and not really being able to stay focused because so many things that happened all at once. The time I made it to fourth grade, that I had a teacher who taught a third and fourth grade combination, and she thought to pair up fourth graders with third graders. And during that time, I really became acquainted with my abilities and skills to help others.
Let's help one another so that we can all understand, because it makes it better for all of us. And like I told his mother downstairs, everybody got that message. Everybody who was in that classroom got that message, and I just thank God that I planted that seed. And after the fourth grade, I would see these signs around the school, after school tutoring.
We focused on with the youth was just basic handwriting, reading, vocabulary. So the program during the summer was just about literacy development, since reading in the first grade was so critical, and that was one of the subjects that I failed in. Since I had so many one-on-one sessions with kids from the neighborhood, that just being able to gather them all and use my summer in a productive way to help as many children as possible. And I had some friends who were also gifted academically who pitched in to help.
You know, with us having this program, we was able to allow the kids to learn something this summer, to learn something new that they didn't know, or to help them out with stuff they having problems with in school. You know, a lot of parents didn't even have the education to help their own kids, He had it written out to the T. He designed our lesson plans and designed the curriculum. He had a platform, a structure, at 14, wow, that's real deep.
That table was Ashley's desk for the other teacher. I mean, some of the stuff is still here. Just can't believe it's just still here.
So, humble beginnings.
Keyshawn Webster grew up in the St. Bernard Housing Project and has cherished memories of a close, nurturing community.
I went to church here, and everyone knew each other. So it was really a family-oriented community.
But when he comes back now, he sees a much tougher place for a new generation to grow up in.
In my college years, I decided that I wanted to really kind of reestablish the work.
The Home for Homework program started as an initiative to give back to his community in the St. Bernard housing development. Keyshawn was a resident when he was a young boy.
Being in that community in particular had meaning for me because my family had lived there for about 20 years prior to us relocating.
Before we knew it, he had Home for Homework up and running. He had obtained one of the units in the St. Bernard Project. He had obtained furniture, books, bean bags, sofas, bookcases, and had students who voluntarily went to tutor those students. So it was a true initiative of service that was brought to the Division of Education.
I wanted to look like home, a home that some of the kids involved in the program may not have to do their homework in.
It's a holistic program. It would involve the parents as well as the children.
this is our program. We're all in this together. And so you never knew that he wasn't involved. And so I think he made his passion known just by the fact that he was there every day. And when the days when we didn't have the college students who were willing to come because they had come every day, he might have been there by himself tutoring or picking people up. For a while before we got the van, we were riding in his car. I knew from the beginning, I mean, it was a feeling, there was a spirit to our program that I think was unparalleled to anything I had ever done.
In the moments after Katrina, we came to the conclusion that we could just die and go away as an organization, or we could use the devastation as an opportunity to really elevate the work, the commitment, and the resiliency of an organization that had gone through and experienced some of the same challenges that most victims of Katrina experienced. We lost our offices, our staff were displaced, and it really kind of brought some of the growth of the organization to a halt for a period of time, which we did not know what the future of the organization would look like.
Keyshawn and I got together and really hatched up this idea of the Gulf South Youth Action Corps, which was originally a summer camp in 2006. So a lot of Operation Reach's kind of rebirth after the storm was focused on how do we engage our resources and partnerships and what we do best in helping restore youth programs after the disaster.
Despite it all, we all wanted to see the city come back, and we wanted to see children and communities thrive once more.
I believe these programs are vitally important because as a college graduate, I wouldn't be where I am without these summer enrichment programs. My mom always said that an idle mind is a devil's workshop, so being able to interact with people my age and learn something over the summers during those years when I'm most impressionable really benefited me in the long run.
Part of our role is to help, put forth our young people and hold up what's possible. We really take an assets-based approach that young people can change the world. I mean, that's just like our bottom line foundation philosophy. Engage, Empower, Inspire is kind of our bottom line philosophy, and we've actually developed it into a part of our training that we do for our staff and our Gulf South Youth Action Corps members. And that's really fundamentally who we are, and it's actually our approach to engaging youth as leaders. Give them skills, get them thinking about issues, and that's all part of the empowerment, and then have them take actions that inspire a broader community and inspire what's possible.
I have to think about you and what I do and how it would impact you. And I think that's what Operation Reach is all about. It's not about the person, it's about the person and the person's impact on the community. And in the long term, that's going to help everybody.
Service is this reciprocal relationship, that empowers everybody. Our various programs are partly about young people finding the contributions they want to make and making them and having the supports and the resources and all that to really grow it and be social change agents. So Operation Reach has created what we call a Cradle to Careers pipeline, which is kind of an alternative for many low-income African-American students, what is termed the Cradle to Prison pipeline. So the Cradle Careers really starts with the Knowledge Garden Child Development Center.
A lot of the problems that come with public schools come from the fact that children are expected to learn different concepts once they're in kindergarten. Well, the concept behind Knowledge Garden is to lay that foundation early and give them early literacy skills, mathematical skills, as well as dealing with the social, emotional development of children. Well, throughout their time here, we would like the parents to become very involved, to come into the classroom and be a part of the activities within the classroom. It helps the parents to become accustomed to having a part in their children's education early on.
And on the count of 8, which is the number of new beginnings, the ribbon will be cut and we proceed with business to serve this community and region. So let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
10 years ago as a college student, endeavoring just to do good, I never knew that we would be where we are today. But I'm just right now really proud of what the organization has produced over the last 10 years. I have faith in God and believe that, you know, the next 10 years will be promising and that we will be in places where we can continue to expand upon the mission and reach as many children as possible.
I think the most important thing is that Operation Reach has managed to create a national image and has been able to garner national resources. So the fact that Operation Reach has been able to bring enough resources together and focused on young people and education for young people is very important. Operation Reach really typifies innovative ideas, real social entrepreneurship among people who have been vested in New Orleans over a period of time, blending with new people who've come to New Orleans who have a similar interest. And it shows real, for lack of a better word, capacity. Help reshape the civic culture here to be able to embrace new people, new ideas that can really change the way public systems work. I think that's their biggest gift.
As this organization grows, you know, we're going to be very much a national organization, probably be doing international work within the next 5 years focused on youth. You know, to be honest with you, where we're going to be in 5 years, I don't think we've fully dreamed of yet. And sometimes you can't see the next hill until you get up the first one, and I think our work is a lot of that. And sometimes you get to a really high hill and you can see for miles. I think sometimes Keyshawn's the one that's at the top of the hill more so than others as the real visionary behind the organization. But I think, you know, the sky's the limit, and I can't wait to see where we're gonna be.
Oh no!
This urban area needs everything that Operation Reach is doing. This is what makes life livable in this city, and we need that. We need a quality of life, and Operation Reach is going to do a whole lot to embellish and to lift up the quality of life of the citizenry. We ain't there yet. We've got miles to go before we sleep. Just know that the work will continue, and we can't stop now.